Wagwaglies, please keep me anonymous, but I'm a 26-year-old female. Actually in a right pickle here. I'm proper in love with my boyfriend, 26-year-old male. Got the house, got the dog together, everything's good, except he has literally no sex drive. I was a bit of a shagger in my time, and I keep trying it on with him, but he's having none of it. Doesn't like hand jobs, blow jobs, and when we do have sex, he can't come. I've tried dressing up for... She's a lady. Love it. I've tried dressing up for him, lap dances, striptease, sexy texts, and I just feel like he doesn't want me at all. However, my ex has said he's still down to fuck. Loved banging me, loved head, and was into all the dirty kinky shit that really I like. The more I think about him, my ex, the more worked up I get. He's also got a girlfriend, and I know I shouldn't talk to him because it's dangerous and borderline cheating. It's cheating. But my ex just knows how to wind me up, press my buttons, and make me feel sexy and wanted. What the fuck am I doing, Lids? I want to stay in my relationship because I really do love my boyfriend, but I really don't know if I can go the rest of my life having missionary sex. Tried to talk to my partner about it, and all he kind of just... all this, and he kind of just isn't bothered about sex. What am I doing, Liz? Go on, have a word with me. Can I just say, I read this to Laura this morning because it came through this morning. I felt like it was juicy.
Yeah.
And my wife was sat there, and I was reading it out. She was like, oh, because Laura loves a bit of the goss. She's like, oh. And then when she said, I can't go through the rest of my life just having missionary sex, we both looked at each other like, we do 2 positions though. No, that's different because you go on top sometimes, so that's totally
But also,
fine.
if you're both vanilla, it's fine. This girl doesn't sound it.
Oh no, we have two. Me and my wife have pretty much two positions, which is me trying and then her getting the job done. That's enough. She taps me out.
That'll do, pig.
Yeah, that'll do, pig.
Oh, God. One of your positions is you trying. That's so sad.
It's just me trying to be funny, Catherine.
I love it. I know, but it felt true.
It really, honestly.
Yeah.
Is apologising a position? No, go on.
I 26.
Yeah, I think there's a reason here.
What?
Forget.
I think there's a reason here.
Why?
He getting that sex somewhere else.
Oh.
I think he's either getting sex somewhere else or he might be dealing with some sexuality issues.
Yes.
But I sort of can't really get my head around a 26-year-old lad having kinky McKinks, offering everything, and him being like, do you know what? No, I'm going to have some more shreddies.
I don't think it has to be that he's getting it outside of the relationship, and I don't think it has to be that he has a sexuality issue. I think if he isn't sexually confident, and she is, men can find that emasculating to the point that it inhibits their confidence in bed and makes them not want to do it at all. I also think there's a considerable chance he just has a very low sex drive and she doesn't, or he's not happy at the moment. Like depression massively inhibits your sex drive. So I first of all, I don't think she should try to solve the problem outside of the relationship. So I definitely think she should talk to him. But if he's unwilling to talk to you about it, then you shouldn't be with him. There's an option where you leave. There's also an option where you just ask him, can you have an open relationship? And just fuck outside the relationship if he doesn't want to have it and you're happy.
Well, that was all the options very quickly, wasn't it?
Next question.
Oh, sorry. No.
Hang on. Let's unpack it then.
Don't fuck your ex-boyfriend if he has a girlfriend because that's not fair to her. But if she's happy with an open relationship and your partner's happy with an open relationship, then go to town on each other.
Could you do that? Could you do that just out of interest? It's something we've talked about a little bit.
I've had a non-monogamous relationship, yeah.
Right.
I just can't get me head around that.
Adam can't. You know, love. If love someone. If you love someone, set them free. Adam just clings on for dear life and just wrings its neck until it's unconscious. That's his style of love. Have you ever seen MMA when they don't tap, when they tap in and they keep going? That's how Adam loves. Like just sleep.
Like Lenny with the rabbits.
Yeah. But I don't.
What a beautiful of mice and men reference that was. George! Sounds like this. Sorry, Catherine.
No, I'm just like, I think it's just...
If anything, in my relationship, I'm the rabbits. She clingy. I like her.
I just think it's really easy to think that sex is something you shouldn't have to prioritize or that you should be able to go without. I've definitely done this in relationships. Like the mental gymnastics I've done in a long-term relationship to be like, oh, it's fine that we're not having sex is insane. Like I've been like, maybe I guess our love is just too pure for sex. And it's like, fuck off. No. But I definitely have done that, and I think it really gets you down, like massively. If you are trying it on with your partner and it's constant rejection. And it's one thing if they're willing to talk about it and they're willing to try, But if they're not,
No.
that's like that's not okay.
My sister and I have talked about life and love and relationships over the years, and
But she still won't fuck you.
she will not.
I'm so sorry.
She's just against it.
yeah, same with
Weirdo. But she genuinely she sums it up with all couples. You've got to want to bonk.
Yeah.
If you don't want to bonk,
Yeah.
you're not a couple.
Yeah.
You are friends, like gallivanting around like you're a couple, pretending to be a
unless
couple.
you are both stated asexuals, that is true.
Yeah.
Like unless you like that's fine. But
Literally every time someone says asexual, Gary Delaney's joke just pops in my head. A lot of people say Cliff Richard is asexual, but I'd add B, gay. Just one of the best jokes ever, and I hope Gary doesn't mind me doing it on the pod.
that's
God.
great. That's great.
Yeah, if you both, there's a thing with couples. If there's too much of a disparity
Yeah.
on major things
Yeah.
like intelligence, attractiveness, sex drive, that disparity can cause issues, can't it?
And the saddest part, I think,
Age.
is how much she keeps saying she loves him, because that can be true. Like you can absolutely love somebody who isn't your person. Like it doesn't
Yeah.
mean
You
like
absolutely
and
can.
nobody would think you saying that we're not having enough sex, so I'm so unhappy that I have to leave means that you don't love him. But also, does he know that those are the stakes? Maybe he
Are you
should be
gonna
like,
cry?
dude, I'm going to leave.
But no, I was just being silly. But
I thought you were genuinely getting a bit emotional there.
No.
Catherine.
I think she sounds like a really genuine person.
Yeah.
But if at 26 you bottle this up,
Or 56.
I know, but I mean, she's 26
Yeah.
now and she's articulating this
Yeah.
to the point where she's emailing us bellends.
Yeah.
She must, and to say you're into the kinky stuff, and I've been, like, in my life, I've prioritized some of that stuff.
I'm sorry, do you think that dressing up is kink?
No, I mean,
Okay.
just all of the,
Yeah.
like, the dirty
She's
and
sexual.
It is
the
that kink.
sexual. But if you prioritize that,
Grow up, Carl.
oh my God,
A
you
costume's not a kink. Come on.
What a Pokemon then? What if you dress up as a Pokemon?
Well, if you're a furry, that's a kink. Is that what you're saying?
No, but I mean,
Yeah,
if
but, like,
but
all
if that's
dressed up
the
as a
most
little-
important thing,
We're not here to kink shame her. Sorry, go on.
is she dressing up
Shaming
as
it, we're encouraging
Pikachu?
it.
Yeah, but she's obviously very into sex.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And she
but
wants
if
to
you
fuck her partner.
prioritize that over all the other things that make a relationship,
Yeah.
you are going to end up in a very sexually driven relationship with someone that you don't necessarily want to be
Of
with.
course.
But then there's the flip side of it, which is he's so nice, but it's just like having
Do you
a
know what I
flatmate.
always say? Life is about balance.
You honestly,
Wow,
you always
that
say
is
that,
always
don't
say
you?
that.
stunning. Oh
You
my
always
God.
say that, and you
Do you
also
have a
say you
t-shirt
used to
of
be a
that?
wasp in a previous life. So a lot of people discount what you say. You fucking nutter.
Well, life's about balance. Like you gotta have the sexy stuff and the other stuff, and you have
Yeah.
too much sex and a lot of that, and you tip that way. And if you have too much of that and all that, you tip that way, and you don't want to be tipping over.
Do you know what? I genuinely think, although the X thing, to stay in a relationship and do the X thing is wrong, this is fucked, this relationship, innit?
Yeah.
This sounds
But it's so hard.
Let him go.
screwed.
Let him go.
But if you told me, I think if I'd heard this like 2 years ago, I'd actually have felt sick listening to it, because I'd have been like, no, so many things other things are important. It can be saved, it can be fixed, but only if you're both trying. And it doesn't sound like he's trying. And it's so also like it's so fine to want to fuck, especially if you want to commit to someone for a long time. You want to feel sexy. You want to feel noticed. You want to feel like someone's paying attention to you.
Yeah, Adam.
Honestly, Adam.
Dress up for Dan.
Yeah.
Dan,
This is why we're not a couple. You never want me.
You'd make such a good Pikachu.
Since I've had a baby, you've not even looked at me like that.
because you remind me of a
Bastard.
Diglett.
She sounds fun, and I wish I'd met her when I was 26. But I don't think this is going to last, is it? And he's not going to go for an open relationship. Is he going to just over the boulder shredded?
Why not?
Enjoy the dick? No.
I don't know. You know, if you said to your partner, you'd be surprised how many partners would be relieved to hear you say, look, I need to have sex. You obviously don't want to have it with me. If you've tried everything else, what if we have a non-monogamous relationship, not where I see people repeatedly, not necessarily where I date other people, but where I can have sex out of the relationship so it takes the pressure off us? Some people would welcome that.
I got offered that recently by a listener.
Your wife.
No,
Oh, no, sorry.
a girl was like, we've got a list of people that we can sleep with, and you're one of mine. She emailed at 11 a.m. on a Monday morning.
Good for her. So you were like right after book the dentist and get the kids to school.
100% what I said. She seems very organised. I've got that parking ticket to pay, council tax for this month, try and fuck Dan Nightingale. And within the email, she was
that's
like,
lunch.
She was obviously Dan's married, so if Laura wants to join in for a penny, in for a pound.
Ooh.
And I,
Did you
told
shout to
Laura? I did. That night I think it got like Laura competitively frisky. It was good.
Because
Do you want me to start sending you emails like that every week then?
Oh, yeah.
But next time, if it could be a more believable hour, that'd be great, Adam. Please.
Yeah. Leave it till 6 p.m, you weirdo.
Okay, I've had one glass of wine. Get your dick out now. Yeah.
Dan, you knobhead.
I like to think she sent like a round robin, like she sent that to you, to like George Clooney, to whoever her other people on her list are.
Do you think that's the
No, she doesn't sound like she has huge esteem, but like other people of
Order. First of all, how would she have George Clooney's email? Second of all, she didn't CC in anyone else.
It's probably just george.clooney@icloud.com.
Should we give it a try?
Yes.
But yeah, it's not. There's not many relationships where like, do you know what?
Where you're the
I'm
special.
knackered on a Tuesday night. Why don't you go and get some Tuesday dick? You know, go and have a Domino's with someone.
I think
Suck
lots
'em
of
off.
people's relationships look different. I don't think anybody who does that can say. Like,
Do you think as you get older, you get a bit more liberal with this sort of stuff?
Oh my God, that question felt like, Catherine, you're 100 years old.
Well, you've done drugs in your 30s, you old lady. Because I think I'm a bit more like, nah.
I think people do understand that, like, you can't be all things to everyone, and that includes your partner. And that doesn't mean like you necessarily have to have other like sexual partners, but like I don't need to do everything with my partner. That's what I have friends for as well. Like you get different things from different people.
Yeah, but sexually,
Yeah, I don't want
usually
Sam
with
to
your
play
part-
five-a-side with me. That's what I got him for.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm not shagging you.
Yeah, but it's a weird point, isn't it? Because we are talking about the sexual stuff. Like, no one's saying like your girlfriend should do your accounting.
No,
like,
for sure. But I guess my point is like some people you can start to see it in that way in terms of like
Yeah,
that
yeah,
it doesn't
yeah.
mean that they're less.
I have an accountant, and
Yes.
I like ball gags with that guy. Yeah. He does my tax return. He spanks me. Yeah.
I am fascinated. What if Laura had said, "I've never had sex with a woman. I would actually like to try that."
I would have considered it.
Yeah.
I would have been on booking.com pretty fucking quick.
When you're not allowed them around your house.
What with the kids? This is Mummy and Daddy's friend.
I'll look
Everybody
after
put
the
in their
kids.
earplugs.
What if it was a man and a woman?
Literally on this episode, Laura's like, stop talking about our sex life. There's people from school, from my daughter's school. No, I don't. No, it's not how our relationship goes.
Okay.
We could pontificate, but that's not our game.
Yeah, that's totally fine.
But I genuinely think the couples who are more into it, usually older couples, who start going, oh, it's just a bit of sex.
Yeah.
I think when I was 20, I'm not trying to be that guy, but when I was 29, if I was in a relationship, I'd be like, no one's touching my girlfriend. And
Yeah.
now I'm 40, I'm like, stick it somewhere.
Well, I think it's because I think what you have with your partner the longer you're together is so much more important than a fuck, right? It's like
Yes.
you're not like we've been together 17 years. Your fuck doesn't threaten us. Whereas like
Oh, yes!
whereas if you've been dating 6 months and it's like, why do you already want to fuck somebody else? Why haven't I enough?
We're thinking about buying a static caravan. What's a fucking group bang? Nothing.
Is that a new discount website?
Yeah, I was like, what?
Hey, if you've got a static in Abersock, you can take a third lover.
Yeah, you don't want to do that on wheels, I suppose. An orgy on wheels is not ideal. You want a static one.
If you're happy. If
John,
you're
did you put the fucking handbrake on?
classic North Wales.
John Favela again.